Hello folks, and welcome to this week's Hi-Fi News, etc. Hope you're having a great weekend. I've got some trivia for you. Change of theme. We're looking at the English language. The English language. Here's the question. I'm going to give you a description. I want you to give me the band name. What is the band name? Here's the description. This three-piece metal band from Northern Ireland, whose album Trouble Gum was nominated for the Mercury Music Prize in 1994, has a standard name with an unusual twist in the end. What is the band name? One more time. This three-piece metal band from Northern Ireland, whose album Trouble Gum, and Trouble Gum is one word incidentally, was nominated for the Mercury Music Prize in 1994, has a standard name but has an unusual twist at the end. Give me the band name, please. Now, of course, I've given you quite a lot of hints in that particular question, so please, no Googling, no archive searching, no research, please. It'll just ruin things. This is just a bit of fun. I will give you the answer at the end of this video. And until then, folks, you know what's coming next, don't you? It's Hi-Fi News. First up, we're looking at a pair of speakers, the Sandwich 100s. These are stand-mounted speakers from Leek. This is the third contemporary Leek Sandwich model, released of late anyway. When I say of late, within the last couple of years or so. Or was it a bit more? I can't remember. The price, though, I can remember, is £499 per pair. The latest version of the Sandwich diaphragm is enhanced with a core of something called Rohacell. I'll put the name down there. You can tell me how to pronounce the darn thing. This is a structural phone which is placed between aluminium skins, bonded with adhesives, and this is the whole point of the Sandwich. The idea of doing this in the first place, apparently, according to the company, is to give a lightweight yet rigid design material and to prevent cone breakup. The new 150mm mid-bass driver developed for the Sandwich 100 is built around a long throw motor system. Up top is a 30mm coated textile dome treble unit. Also, the cabinet walls are formed from an outer layer, more layers of MDF in this case, and an inner layer of high-density particle board. Size, which is quite important for any stand mount, I'm sure you'll agree, the size is 340mm by 210 by 250mm. As ever with these news items, I'll put a link below if you want to find out more. Staying on the speaker theme, but this one rather more portable, we have the StormBox Micro 3 from TRIBIT. This is the company which sounds like a frog, TRIBIT. This is a compact portable speaker engineered for outdoor use, and it's available from TRIBIT, and Amazon for, well, I've got three prices: £62.99, $64.99 and €64.99. The StormBox Micro 3 has SGS certified IP68 dustproof and waterproof protection, and also a 1.22 meter drop resistance, which is incredibly exact. Not 1.21, but 1.22. Users can strap the speaker securely to backpacks or bike handlebars, or you can snap it magnetically onto cars, tents. Must be a metallic tent. I just thought they used to make them out of fabric. Have they gone all metallic? Or is it the metal bit in the middle that holds the... Anyway, I'm going way too far into the weeds, aren't I? magnetically connected to tents. Anyway, I'm just trying to visualize it. It's got to be the bars which keep the thing up. Hey? Where was I? Ah, yes, cars, tents, I got that far. Lockers, other surfaces, hand-free listening. This is what it's all about. Offering 13 watts of output power, a 48mm driver and dual coaxial passive radiators. The StormBox Micro 3 adds an XBass EQ to enhance the lower frequencies. Offering 24 hours of use from a single charge, Bluetooth 6.0 is supported with a range of up to 45 meters, which ain't bad. A quickie from Cambridge now, and we have the MSX. The MSX is it's kind of a modular speaker system based on the old Minx series. Don't know if you remember those. The MSX is available in matte black or matte white. The range includes the MSX 10 and 20 satellite speakers, alongside the MSX Sub 200 and 300 subwoofers. At the very heart of the MSX is the balanced mode radiator technology, and I have all kinds of prices, and I'll put them down below or on the screen or somewhere. You will see them now anyway, and you can peruse to your heart's content. Next, we have the X series from Reiki, which is a hi-fi company, but it's also a homeopathic treatment, isn't it? Hovering hands above bodies and all that kind of stuff. The company, anyway, is based in Leicestershire in the UK, and Reiki design, engineer, and hand assemble this X series. And what is the X series, you cry? In this case, accessories for digital audio systems, aimed at improving sound quality in streaming setups. Part of this X series is something called the Super Switch X, and that sits between your router and your streamer DAC. I'm sure I reviewed something similar from Stack Audio a little while ago. I'll put a link above and you can check that out. I think this is something very similar. As I say, this Super Switch X sits between your router and your streamer and DAC. Heavily shielded, well, this thing does look like a brick. This switch even arrives with its own separate power supply and an option, would you believe it, to use high-end feet from the UK outfit Stack Audio. Speak of the devil. The X variant doubles the chassis thickness of earlier models and increases the shielding, and brought together the Super Switch X and Pro XPSU, because that's the name of the external power supply. You can get a dual all-in-one price for this, and I have three prices: either $6,200, £4,250, or €5,110. Well, the same next story, final story. This one is from Shanling, called the SM90 Streamer. This is a new Android streaming platform featuring a DAC section built around a dual AKM architecture. And I quite like AKM DACs, I must admit. They have a nice balanced sound. Now, so I hear this particular model from Shanling is the first to bring in HDMI ARC compatibility. Out now and priced at either, I've got two prices, no pounds yet, but I do have $969 or €999. So viewers in the UK, you can kind of guess where the pound's going to be in and around that area. Anyway, the box spans 28 centimeters by 23 by 8.5, weighs 3.3 kilograms, features a front-mounted 126mm 1080p touch screen, and it supports Qobuz Connect, Tidal Connect, and it is Rune ready. Inside is an SSD slot. There's a USB drive playback option too. Bluetooth 5.2 is supported. Codecs for that, LDAC, which is nice, AAC and SBC as well. Inputs include coax, optical, USB, and outputs include coax, optical, USB, RCA, and XLR. And that's your lot, folks. Before I disappear into the ether, which is over there, I'm going to give you an answer to that question, that trivia question. I'm sure you're dying to know. Here we go. Question one more time. This three-piece metal band from Northern Ireland, whose album Trouble Gum was nominated for a Mercury Music Prize back in 1994, has a standard name with an unusual twist at the end. What is that band name? And the answer is... And the name is Therapy. Now, to begin with, the band were called Therapy until a blunder with a letter set, of all things, put a question mark at the end. They couldn't be... I can't believe this. They couldn't be bothered to change it. Really? Really, folks? You couldn't be... Letter set? You couldn't be bothered? Anyway, because that, they were henceforth known as Therapy, as in therapy with a question mark at the end. So, Therapy? That's what they were known as, and that's what they're still known as. It's all a mistake. The whole thing was a terrible mistake. So now you know. Didn't know that. A new one on me. Anyway, that's about it. Thank you very much for staying to the end. Did I say that? I think I did say that, didn't I? If you would like to have a little browse down below, there will be links for all of the stories in this video. It's deja vu. I think I've said that too, haven't I? It's just a cycle, folks, you know? It's very philosophical. Now, I am off for a few days. I was working over Easter, would you believe? So I'm going to take my Easter holidays now. So I won't be doing videos for this week. I'll be back the following week. There will be probably a review, maybe another website review next week. There'll definitely be a music alert on a Saturday and also a HiFi news on a Sunday again. So we're going to repeat what we did this week, basically. And I hope you can join me for one or all of those. Until then, folks, bye-bye for now.